Hi guys! Welcome to my channel. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, also subscribe to my channel. In this video, we will talk about the 6 best healthy foods to eat every day. So make sure to watch the full video. Most healthy eating advice is focused on what to subtract from your diet. Don't eat meat, don't eat dairy, don't eat eggs, don't eat sugar, don't eat refined grains. That is all important, but what about the things we should be adding to our diets as well? In many cases, what we do eat is more important than what we avoid. There is a good argument to be made that adding some nutrient powerhouses into your daily diet might be even more beneficial than getting rid of the unhealthy foods. One recent example I came across is this: if you're going to eat a terrible meal of chicken, white rice and eggs, adding just a tablespoon of kale powder will blunt the blood sugar spike of this meal. You're not taking anything away. You're simply adding a healthy ingredient in addition to the unhealthy ones, and your health improves. Source. In other words, pizza with a mountain of arugula might be better than no pizza and no arugula, though, obviously, a mountain of arugula and no pizza would be best. With that in mind, I put together this monster reference guide of what I consider to be the healthiest foods that I try to squeeze into my diet every single day. No matter what your diet looks like right now, simply incorporating most of these foods on most days could have a dramatically positive effect on your health in terms of reducing inflammation, which seems to be at the heart of every major diet-related disease, fighting cancer, maintaining a healthy weight, lowering blood pressure, slowing the effects of aging, boosting mood, enhancing athletic performance, and much more. To make this list, I first dug into a bunch of research so I could explain why each of these are so helpful. And then I provided a section of my own recipes and suggestions of how you can incorporate them into your diet. What I love about this list, and healthy food in general, is that all of these are totally normal and affordable ingredients that you can find pretty much anywhere. It's all about blueberries and chia seeds here, not kombu dashi and umeboshi plums. 1. Cruciferous vegetables. Cruciferous vegetables include broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts. Leafy greens include kale, spinach, and chard. I'm sure you've heard about the benefits of each, and you should eat as much of them as possible. But what you may not know is that there's some crossover. Leafy green cruciferous vegetables. The most common examples of these are kale and arugula. This category of greens are perhaps the healthiest thing on the planet because they have all the benefits of both groups. 2. Beans. Beans are a hugely underrated food for both their deliciousness and health benefits. Seriously, few things can have as big of an impact on your overall health than increased consumption of legumes, beans, chickpeas, lentils, peas, etc. And I try to eat 2-3 servings every day. Just a quick rundown of some benefits. Beans act as a prebiotic that allow the good intestinal flora to thrive. They are packed with more dietary fiber than almost anything else. They regulate blood sugar levels for 1-2 meals into the future. Source. They have tons of antioxidants. Source. They are an amazing source of protein, along with plenty of the potassium and magnesium lacking in many diets. Best of all, they are one of the most delicious foods on the planet if you ask me. It's no surprise then that this study found that increased bean consumption was the one food group that reduced mortality and indicated a longer lifespan in older adults. If you're interested in exploring the value of beans in more detail, there's a fantastic mini documentary on YouTube that I would highly recommend. So, which beans are best? Whichever ones you're willing to eat the most of are probably best. This includes all legumes, from split peas, lentils of all colors, beans, chickpeas, and don't forget tofu and tempeh. 3. Berries. Berries are kind of the perfect food. As much as I love all of the foods on this list, berries are my favorite. Not only are they completely delicious, but they are the second healthiest food group after leafy greens. As far as their health benefits, it's almost like you could just type berries vs. any negative thing you can imagine into Google, and you'll find 1,000 research studies about how berries help with this issue. For example, berries vs. my girlfriend broke up with me, and yup, berries are a proven way to boost your mood and fight depression, so they can help with that too. 4. Other fruit. A huge 2012 study Global burden of disease found that one risk, above all the others, was responsible for 4.9 million deaths a year. What was it? Not eating enough fruit. Researchers determined that eating one extra serving of fruit per day could result in 30,000 lives and $5 billion in medical costs saved each year in the United States alone. Another study of older Australian women found that an apple a day reduces risk of death by 35%. Imagine a miracle drug that reduces your chances of dying by 35% and only costs like $50 an apple a day. But fruit is bad. Fruit has fructose and fructose is bad. Sugar, bad. Strangely, it only seems to be added sugar that has negative effects on our health and weight. Even, especially, for diabetics, extra fruit seems to be seriously beneficial. This one study even gave people a hilarious 20 servings of fruit every day and found no adverse effects. As always, it's much better to get this fruit in the form of real, whole fruit. Juices aren't nearly as helpful and smoothies are better, but still not as effective as eating the whole fruit with the fiber and nutrients intact. What types of fruit? Basically anything you want. Berries, above, are amazing, but also citrus fruit, cherries, apples, pears, stone fruit, and anything else that is local and in season. 5. Mushrooms. Technically, mushrooms aren't exactly a plant-based food. Fungi are part of their own kingdom that is separate from plants or animals. So vegans who eat mushrooms should really start calling themselves plant and fungi-based. No, okay? But no matter what you call mushrooms, eat more of them. They are one of my favorite foods and I eat them almost every day in one way or another. In addition to being one of the most delicious fungi-based sources of meaty umami flavors, they're unbelievably healthy. Mushrooms have tons of phytonutrients and antioxidants, and each variety seems to have its own superpower. Many varieties boost immune function, fight cancer, lower cholesterol. Rhizae seem to have anti-anxiety properties. Lion's mane have been shown to boost brain function and protect against neurodegenerative diseases, and so much more. Even simple white button mushrooms obliterated cancer cells, which might be the reason why Japanese women have lower rates of breast cancer. Source. 6. Turmeric. At one point, researchers noticed that Indians didn't have nearly the rates of colon cancer as other populations. Eventually, they hypothesized that it was due to the higher levels of turmeric in Indian cuisine. Well, about 100 studies later, there is good evidence to suggest this. The science is littered with studies that include and go way beyond colon cancer. Here's a spattering of videos on nutrition facts about some of the research behind turmeric. Boost endothelial/arterial function as much as exercise. Show promise against pancreatic cancer. Fight colon cancer. Prevent Alzheimer's disease. Help prevent diabetes. Note: it seems important to pair turmeric with black pepper. A little pepper, or the pepper extract known as piperine, boosts the bioavailability/effectiveness of the spice by a ridiculous 2,000%. That's why most supplements also include piperine. 7. Flax and chia seeds. Without getting too nerdy about it, the ratio of omega-3 to omega-6 fatty acids in our diet plays a big role in our overall health. These two types of fats basically fight in our bodies for access to enzymes, and it matters who wins. If there's more omega-3, it creates an anti-inflammatory response that is good for us. But too much omega-6 actually causes inflammation. Therefore, one of the best things you can do is to get plenty of omega-3s in your diet to win this battle. In the plant-based world, the only foods that have significantly more omega-3s than omega-6 are flax seeds and chia seeds, whereas nearly all other fats, particularly oils, are skewed heavily in favor of inflammation-causing omega-6. For this reason, I try to avoid oils and consume at least 2 tablespoons of flax and or chia each day. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to our channel before you go.